Before I tell you what happened, let me ask you something that might stay with you long after this story ends. Have you ever felt like a place was paying attention to you? Not in a loud, haunted way, but in a quiet, watching way, like the walls were aware you existed. I moved into the apartment because it was cheap, old, silent, and tucked away in a block where nothing ever seemed to happen. The landlord avoided eye contact, rushed the paperwork, and barely spoke, as if the moment I stepped inside he wanted the place to forget him. The apartment itself was simple: one bedroom, a kitchen, and a narrow hallway leading to a spare room with no windows. He called it storage, but it was clean, freshly painted, and wired with a working light. The first night passed in an unsettling calm, the kind of silence that presses against your ears, and at exactly 2:11 a.m. I woke up without fear or reason, knowing somehow that the light in the spare room was on, even though I had never turned it on. Over the following weeks, small things began to shift. The door to that room was always slightly more open than I remembered. The air inside felt heavier, colder, almost expectant. Sometimes I felt a pull when I walked past it, not curiosity, but obligation, like the room wanted acknowledgement. Then, one night, I heard my name, not spoken, but shaped by the walls themselves, soft and intimate, and after that, the room began to respond to my presence. The light flickered when I lingered, the door creaked open when I thought about entering. Sleep became impossible as dreams took over, dreams where the walls leaned inward and the room pressed against my chest like it was claiming me. When I researched the building, I found records of tenants who vanished quietly, including one man who died sealed inside the same windowless room. And when I saw the scratches near the light switch and the words carved faintly on the wall begging someone to stay, I understood the room was not haunted, but hungry. The night I tried to leave, the hallway lights went out. My phone displayed my name over and over without explanation, and the room called to me with patience rather than force. I do not remember stepping inside, only standing there as the door closed silently and the walls pulsed beneath my hands like something alive, whispering my thoughts and memories back to me as if it had learned them. When the light finally shattered and darkness took over, I woke on the hallway floor with the door closed and my phone dead, and I moved out the next day without explanation. But even now, in new places, I sometimes feel rooms listening, remembering, and I wonder if once a place learns your name, it ever truly lets you go. I started avoiding the hallway altogether, sleeping with music playing, lights on, anything to drown out the sense that the apartment was learning me. Curiosity eventually pushed me to research the building, and what I found disturbed me more than any sound ever could. Over decades, tenants had vanished quietly, leases ending without forwarding addresses, personal belongings left behind, reports filed and forgotten. One name appeared repeatedly in old council documents, a man who had been found dead years ago, sealed inside a windowless room after neighbors complained of a persistent humming noise. The official cause was ruled accidental, though no explanation was given for how the door had been locked from the outside. That night, I finally entered the room, driven by something between fear and resignation. The air inside was dense and cold, the walls faintly warm beneath my fingertips, and near the light switch I noticed scratches in the paint, deep grooves made by fingernails, and beneath them, faint words carved into the wall, begging someone to stay. The realization settled slowly and heavily that the room was not haunted by something that had died there, but inhabited by something that fed on presence, memory, and attention.
When I tried to leave the apartment days later, the hallway lights went out, my phone screen filled with my own name repeated endlessly, and the door to the room opened with quiet patience. I do not remember stepping inside, only standing there as the door closed without sound, and the walls pulsed beneath my palms, alive in a way that felt biological rather than supernatural. It whispered fragments of my thoughts back to me, childhood memories, private fears, things I had never spoken aloud, as if it had been listening since the moment I arrived. When the light shattered and darkness swallowed the room, I lost all sense of time. I woke on the hallway floor hours later, the door closed, my phone dead, my body aching as if something had pressed against me from every side. I moved out the next morning without explanation, leaving furniture, clothes, and everything that felt contaminated by that space. Even now, in new homes, I avoid windowless rooms, avoid silence, avoid standing too long in hallways where the air feels thick. Sometimes, late at night, I wake at exactly 2:11 a.m. with the same certainty that something somewhere remembers my name. And I am left wondering if once a place learns who you are, it ever truly forgets you, or if it is simply waiting for you to notice it again.
So now, I want to ask you something. If a place learned who you were, if it remembered your fears, your voice, your name, would you know the moment it stopped being just a place? Or would you realize too late that it never wanted you to leave? Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt watched by a room, a house, or a place you couldn't explain? This is Fearza. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for more amazing horror videos.
Please like and subscribe Horror In channel.